What is up, everybody? A little different today. I was, when I get thinking, I start always thinking about gaming and stuff like that. And obviously, if you know me, it's usually about Halo, but plenty of games. But for as long as I can remember, I have been thinking about like Halo spin-offs, like cool games, and like that they could just do in the Halo universe. And one of them that I've always come back to is like a survival horror. It can even be a survival horror action game set in the Halo universe. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a lore nerd. I love everything about Master Chief. Master Chief is like, if you see my nerd cave, like my whole nerd cave is all about Master Chief. Like a lot of Halo. I mean, I have other stuff too, but I mean, Halo's the only game that the only that actually gets me to read books. Like I don't enjoy reading books, but I've read most of the Halo books. So I give me as many games as Master Chief as you can. But I also really did enjoy playing Halo 3 ODST. I did enjoy playing Halo Reach, like the campaign, not the multiplayer. Um, I like a good spin-off. Halo Wars, I love those games. I thought they did really good for an RTS on there, but I thought the storyline for those was really, really well done too. And I'm excited to see it sounds like they're going to be pulling some of that into Halo Infinite, so I'm excited for that. So they could do a really good job with the spin-offs. So, but one that my brain always comes back to, and there's a couple, and we'll see how well this video does before we'll see. I know I've seen this video idea out there with other people, so I'm not copying. I've just thought about it before. Thought process that I have is essentially I don't know how big of a Halo fan everybody in here that's watching this is, but there's a story in Halo Evolutions called the Mona Lisa, and it's essentially about a group of Marines, the veteran ODST, that go into a prison ship that has lost contact, and I believe they're going to rescue somebody. It's been a while since I watched it, but stuff happens and it becomes kind of like more of a survival. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched this. You should check it out. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a cartoon, so you go into it knowing that it's not live action. Um, it's pretty good. So that's kind of like similar to what I've been thinking about. But I hadn't thought about this for a long time. And then that game Alien Isolation came out, and I played that, and I was like, oh, they could make what I'm thinking about. Now, my opinion, I liked Alien Isolation. I never beat it. I thought the game was a little too long, but that's just my opinion. But my thought is, let me get into this thought, because I've already been rambling on for a little bit, that wouldn't it be cool? You're an ODST. You go in with your squad to go either like on a Halo ring, it could be on a planet, it could be on a ship. You name the destination, you can make it work. You're going there for a specific reason. It could be either to rescue somebody, to scout out something, blah blah blah. That could all open for storyline. It could carry the Halo universe storyline. It could be its own one-off story. That's why it's got potential. It could be set present day in the Halo universe. It could be set during the Halo trilogy. So you go in, you're this ODST with your squad. Now it's got potential for multiple things here, but I'm going to talk about my original idea and we'll go from there. You go in and you guys are searching. You get picked off one by one until you're the last one left. Normal Survivor stuff. Then as you're going on, you have a limited mag count. You're carrying the suppressed SMG, the sidearm, and you're going through, but you finally you're seeing things, and it's like a flood survival game. You know what I mean? Like you're not the Master Chief. You are ODST, so you're way above average on your ability, your combat level, and they can make you feel that way, but they can still not make you feel like you're a Spartan either, just like they did with ODST. And you're just trying to survive. Now at this point, you got to finish the mission and then get the hell out of there. And you got to decide how much ammo you want to use per thing. You got to decide, if there's got to be ways to get around and survive and avoid, just as there is to attack. You know what I mean? So it's your choice on what you want to do. I think that could be so well done, and it have that awesome survival horror aspect, because the Halo universe can do that. I mean, the Flood, they're essentially the Halo zombies if you really think about it, but they're more advanced than zombies. So it could be done. I think it could be done very well. It's something I've always thought of. I would love to play that. I can find myself playing that for a while, just to see different ways to get through it. Now, the other thing is that I thought about is, I mean, because the survival horror genre isn't for everybody. But what they could do is keep the maps the same, right? No revives. You can go in with 4-player co-op, so it can turn into a little more actiony. Still survival. You still mag count, still like that. Still, you could screw up and get surrounded. Your player dies for the time of that you're doing this mission, and it could be different. Like, you could update it so there are different maps and different um, genre, like I said, the Halo ring, the ship, stuff like that. So you can keep a little bit of a fresh story, and people will be happy about it. Um, I think I think it could be something seriously cool. They could do it. I'm excited because I know they've kind of hinted at, like, with Halo Infinite, they're gonna have other story games branched off of it and that engine. So that would be, to me, that would be awesome. I mean, just the thought of being outgunned, outnumbered, being surrounded by Flood, not being a super soldier, but still a badass, would be really neat. And you could take that one step further. Like, if you really thought about it, with either the co-op, or if you really wanted a true survival horror, like maybe have different settings. Like, on the easiest difficulty, you are an ODST, but on the hardest difficulty, you're a scientist and you have maybe just a Magnum, and that's it. And then you really need to survive. So, like, and maybe the squad game is all 4 difficulties, all characters are in that, and then you're trying to survive. Maybe that's what you're escorting a scientist. Maybe that's what you're doing. Or, like, the potential for a great game is there. And honestly, I would love to just get my hands on that and play that. So, 343, if you ever watch this, if you're ever checking out the Ice 50 Gaming, maybe try to make that game. You know, I would love it. But I hope you guys are having fun, and I hope you're fun too. And I hope that you guys are going to be playing the Halo Infinite Technical this weekend. I'm excited for it. Starts, I believe, September 24th. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Keep gaming.